So now that we have it set up to where we can lean left and right, I want to go ahead and start working on the crouch. Now we're going to start with the ability portion, get all the logic itself set up, and then we can move to the animation side. So to begin, we will need a simple, well, ability. So before I continue, I want to talk about, just like in the previous video, if you want to make this a toggleable feature, such as toggle the end ability on and off, what you can do is set this to true. And if you want it to be hold, you just leave it at false. And this is something you can actually configure very easily in the project settings. So in, say, even in the activate ability, you can set this to true or false based upon whether or not, the project settings has it set to hold or not. That's pretty much it. So I just wanted to point that out. So to begin, let's go to our abilities folder and make a new Unreal class of the type input gameplay ability. And let's call it gameplay ability underscore crouch. Now this one is going to be very simple. Let's do the same old thing. We make our public section, override the constructor and the activate ability. And we also need the end ability and input released. So this is basically going to be the exact same thing as the leaning for the most part. Go ahead and clean them up. Like so. And we can begin. So the first thing, we need a input tag. So data tags ability input tags.h. So let's make a new tag called crouch. Go to the CPP file and go ahead and define it. And there we go. So that's all we need out of our ability input tags. So input tag equals tag underscore ability input crouch. Now let's make the instancing policy to be E gameplay ability instancing policy of instanced per actor. And we can begin. So in activate ability, we pretty much just want to start crouching. And in end ability, we want to stop crouching. Likewise, in input released, we want to call end ability. So in our case, let's just go ahead and call end ability, pass in the handle, actor info, activation info, and our case, we want true for replicating at the end and false for canceling. Now, I almost forgot. Let's go back really quick to our lean left and lean right, because I just realized I made a mistake. Well, not really a mistake, but I'm passing in the current spec and actor info when these are actually passed in. So let's just replace those with the given parameters. Make it a little bit cleaner. And that's it. So anyways, back in our crouch, we need access to the character class. So in our case, we can look at our actor info. I don't recall if this has anything. We do have our avatar actor, which would fetch our pawn. And yeah, so I'm not really seeing anything there. That's okay. So we're going to go ahead and get it. So if a character, let's just call it, character equals cast a character, and we're casting from the get avatar actor from actor info. Go ahead and include the character class. We want to crouch. Call on the character. We want to call crouch. And this will start crouching. Then in our end ability, we want to uncrouch. And this will, again, just stop crouching. So that'll make it easy for us to handle that kind of logic. So now let's go ahead and just give it a try and kind of see what all is happening out of the box by default. Because the main thing that should happen is our movement speed gets altered. Okay, once we are back in the editor, let's go back to our player state and give ourselves the crouch ability. Compile save. And let's actually open up our player pawn as well to look at the movement component. So we have our crouched half height, so we can actually visualize it more easily, I think, with the capsule. So with our capsule selected, let's uncheck hidden in game so we can actually, see ourselves. And we just simply need to set up an input for crouch. So when we press that input, the ability fires. So inputs, open up the ability inputs, and let's make a new input action called crouch. So when we press crouch, we want to simply crouch. So this is the ability tag we want to fire off. So let's go to our abilities context, add a new entry for crouch, make sure it's the right one, and we'll set it to left control. So now when we press left control, we should pretty much just crouch. So here we can see the capsule. It's about at our head level. If I crouch, okay, player pawn is trying to crouch, but crouching is disabled on this character. So check the character movement. So let's do that. So in the character movement, search for crouch, and we have can crouch. So let's enable that and give it a try. So now when I left control, you can see our capsule down there is a lot smaller. If I release it, it goes back up. So we do have our crouching working. Next up, let's go ahead and we'll just do it with two clients because we should be able to, see their capsules actually, changing. So we press play, and if I crouch, you can see the height of the capsule is being altered. And just to make sure that the leaning works, it does. And there we go. So that means everything there is working. All right. So now that we have our crouching set up, I want to go ahead and kind of discuss how we're going to be making use of it inside of our animations. So to begin, let's go to our anim BP. And you can see we have our locomotion anim layer. So we want to go actually to this layer. So we want to link or actually go to specifically the anim layer underscore locomotion, not the downstate. And here we have a simple, are we crouching basically? So, well, not are we crouching? We have a simple standing locomotion. We need a check of, okay, are we crouching? Because if we are crouching, we don't want to use this blend space. We want to use the crouched blend space, which comes in right here. So SKGSF core, animation, animations, locomotion, crouched. So we have this instead that we can use accordingly. Now those values, for whatever reason, I think are quite wrong. So they might need to be tweaked, but we'll just deal with that when we get there. So we do have this anim instance already. We're basically going to have some sort of bool that we can bind to from our character, because if we take a quick look at the character class, there are, I believe they're delegates. I could be wrong. And as usual, I am wrong. So let's actually instead go to the crouch function. But basically you can see, okay, we want to crouch. And at some point, I'm going to have to find it, but there is a function that fires off. Oh, here it is. So here's on end crouch. There's also it's somewhere in here, on start crouch, this guy here. So basically we're going to be overriding on start crouch and on end crouch and using that so we can either have a delegate or just, pass the info right along to our anim instance. It doesn't really matter, to pretty much toggle a boolean. So yeah, that's going to be everything. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.